Something big just happened in the world of artificial intelligence. ChatGPT has added a new feature that makes learning much more visual. Instead of only reading text, you can now interact with ideas on the screen. You can move sliders, change numbers, and watch graphs update in real time. Move as you change the values. It feels less like reading and more like exploring. This update could change the way the people learn math, science, and technology. In this video, I will show you how it works. So if we talk about the linear equation, so just type this one in your chat and let's see that how the graphs will be introduced by the ChatGPT. So here it is the graph. Here you can see the linear equation on the left side, the graph of that linear equation on the right side, and further information has been given on this that to try the different sequence of the different values of m and b, and you will get the different visuals of this linear equation. So for example, you can change the values of m like this, and you will see the different visuals of that linear equation. Before this, if you will ask about the linear equation, you may just get the summary of that one in the text, but no, you can see the visual of that equation. It will be easy for everyone to understand. So this is the way. If you change the value of m, if it becomes 0 of both, then it will be on the origin of that one intercept. So in this way you can visualize the behavior of the linear equation, how it will behave, and how it will be the graphical visuals of that one if you change the values of both m and b. So in this way, it is the graphical visuals of the linear equation that will be easy to student to understand this. Now, if we talk about the next equation, it is a quadratic equation. If you type this prompt in the ChatGPT, you will get the response just like this. This is the quadratic equation on the left side, and the its visual expression on the right side. You can change different values of a, b, and c, and you will have a different visuals. So this is a kind of visual expression that how the students are going to learn from this equation. If you change the value of the b, how the parabolic expression or its visual change. So in this way you can learn it. And if you can control it, for example, if a is greater than 0, it is going to upward, but if a is less than 0, it will be parabolic and U-shape, but it will be downside. So from this you can control the visual of this equation. So it expresses to you that how it's going to behave. Again, if you change the value of a less than 0, it will go to the kind of downward, and if a will be greater than 0, it will move upward. If a will be the larger, it will be steeper parabola, and if a will be smaller, it will be the wider parabola. So we can see that how quadratic equation is going to explore and how we explore it in visually. If we talk about the next equation, this is a sine wave. So on the left side you can see the equation, on the right side you have the visual expression. You can control the visuals. For example, if you change the value of a, it will change the visuals of that one. If you change the value of b, basically it increases the frequency of that sine wave. So if you decrease it, the frequency will decrease as well. At the same time, you can increase the c, and you can see the different of visuals of that one. So this is a complete graphical view of the sine wave that you can interact by changing the different values of this equation. We will move to the next equation or the next topic, and that is the Pythagorean theorem. If we talk about the Pythagorean theorem, a square plus b square is equal to c square. It's a very famous one. But before this, to visualize this would be difficult for the student. But no, you can see the visuals of that. If you change the value of a and b, how will be the result of that third side as well. So from this, you can learn in a very interactive and a very kind of visuals that if we change the values of different a and b side, what will be the impact of that. So this is a complete uh, visual expression of the Pythagorean theorem. The next is the creative interactive graph of the circle equation. So let's see how it has created. So this is the circle equation on the left side, and the right side you have the graphic view of that circle equation. So if you change the h, how it will move, it's basically move the origin of that circle, and if you will change the value of k, it will move the origin of circle to the y side. And if you change the value of the r, that is basically the radius of that one, so it will change the circle radius, and the value of changing the different parameters here will be representative at the same time in the graphical view. So in this way we can interact with the different equations. Before this you may have a summary of this, but no, you can have a complete visuals of all these equations. And next we will talk about the equation that is known as ideal gas law. And the left side you have an equation, and the right side you have the visual of that equation. For example, if you change the volume, you can see that visually it is going to change, and if you increase the volume, you can see how it is going to increase in the cylinder. So in this way we interact it. At the same time, if you increase n, that is basically the number of molecules, you can see that's increasing. At the same time, if you increase the temperature, you can see that the motion of those molecules increases. That means by increasing the temperature, it will increase the motion of molecules as well. So in this way you can have different parameters where you change the values of those parameters, and at the same time the visuals will be representative on the right side. You can decrease the temperature, and you can increase it if you want to see the impact of that, and you can decrease the value of n, the number of those molecules, and at the same time if you increase v, that is the volume, you will have a different visuals for this. So the next topic is the Ohm's law, which is a very famous one. So on the left side you can see the equation V is equal to IR. On the right side you have the visual of that equation. So by changing the value of I, you can see this, the value of the V is going to change. At the same time you have the graphic or visual expression of that equation on the right side as well. So if you reduce the value of I, you can see this impact of changing the value of I on the right side on the visuals, and at the same time if you change the value of R, how it is going to impact on the V. So this is a complete visual of the Ohm's law. Before this it would be difficult to understand, but now it's very easy to understand based on the visuals. So this is the end of my video. I hope that everyone liked it.